in the 4th year of his reign over Israel, Solomon began to build the house of the Lord. The house which King Solomon built for the Lord was 60 cubits long, 20 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. So this is a floor plan, a kind of aerial view. We're looking at the temple complex from the sky, but it's not what would be a plan, an architectural plan, which would be the building cut open with the roof off. The building is seen with the roof on. So it's a plan of the grounds, and it's very flat. It doesn't show anything on the inside. What you see is what a bird would see. The references for the view are 19th century reconstructions of Greek and Roman temples done by mostly French architects. The temple, is presented in the Bible as a very sort of ritualistic space, and so all of these ramps and these objects have a certain kind of ritual construction around them that allows them to sort of operate as kind of performance spaces or as spaces of sort of movement and belief. The Bible is, describing a building that didn't exist by the time the Bible was effectively written. So it kind of makes it sound like I'm sort of talking about two buildings. One is the sort of projection back 500 years and the sort of conjuring of a sort of monotheistic site, and the other is bringing elements in from pantheistic Middle Eastern religious practices that were probably more, current. Like, for example, in the first drawing there is a Babylonian style cherubim, which is clearly more related to something that would plausibly have been recognized as a cherubim, guardian of the ark. Later on, other ideas about the cherubim take hold. They are sort of more humanoid guardians, so they are slightly different. They have sort of angel wings and so on. That sort of thing I've been exploring a lot in the drawings. Always the Ark of the Covenant is seen cut through. And I've not shown what is inside it, so I've shown it as a solid object. It's basically a reliquary in a later stage. So it is a representation of kind of celestial Jerusalem with the main prophets, Adam, Noah, Abraham, Joseph, Moses, Aaron, Saul, David, and Solomon. And then there is a stool or a footstool, because there is a plausible argument that God was supposed to inhabit the kind of cloud that went above the ark in the Holy of Holies, and he was a kind of giant figure, and he would set his feet on this sort of, the ark as his footstool or as his stool. So it's a kind of Baroque, very camp representation of that. Projection onto the past or that confusion of a sort of series of historical images, is what this is about. It's an idea of using a medieval object as a sort of version of something that is 2,000 years before that. One thing that I've always felt is that I can talk about the work quite well, but that isn't the work. Do you know what I mean? It's something else. How much has it really got to do with this image? Because the compulsion to do something like this isn't embedded in the conversation we've just had, is it? It's a sort of rationalization afterwards, isn't it? Historically, if humans take a lot of time making something, very often other humans look after those things better, and they care for them, they look at them more over the over the duration of the object. If you know that the thing that AI has made could look different in infinite numbers of ways, and all you need to do is just adjust the request a little bit, there is no worth there. It's just limitless nothing. Do you know what I mean? If you paint and draw every day, then you are also a bit limited and trapped by your working practice. You get up every day and you repeat the same processes, and it's very difficult to break out of them. So in a sense, you don't have this total freedom. You start from a blank piece of paper, but you will probably do something very similar to what you were doing yesterday.